Just about every gaming chair I've ever sat in has been terrible, but I think I've found one that breaks the mold. I'm Johnny from SwitchWatch, and this is my review of the Nitro Concepts S300. Now, before I get started, I just want to make something crystal clear. This is not a sponsored video or a paid advert in any sense. We were sent the chair to review, but the SwitchWatch team is absolutely adamant that we won't be bribed. We're critical and honest in our reviews, and we aren't shills that fall victim to access journalism. Now that that's out of the way, hopefully you'll understand that what I have to say about the S300 is my honest opinion. I've tried many different chairs in my time, ranging from office chairs to gaming setups to regular old house chairs. Between gaming, typing up and editing my reviews, as well as working from home, I can easily spend 8 to 12 hours a day sitting at my desk, and frankly, my previous chair just wasn't cutting it anymore. I was starting to have such severe pain in my lower back that I had to go to the doctors about it, at the ripe old age of 25. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I've tried gaming chairs out before, but they were almost always these big, bulky monstrosities that don't so much cushion you as they do swallow you whole. Out of curiosity, I searched specifically for ergonomic gaming chairs, and the Nitro Concepts S300 was a result that kept cropping up. Renowned for its comfort-first design and the mesh fabric that keeps you cool for long sessions, it seemed like I was onto a winner. But in the same most comfortable gaming chairs lists, I was seeing the typical leather behemoths that I've tried out a dozen times before and never been satisfied with, so I still had my doubts. I got in touch with Stephen, Nitro Concepts UK Business Development Manager, and he had some very interesting information to share. Firstly, on the matter of typical gaming chairs, he shared the following tweet with me, which depicts a chair claiming to be an ergonomic chair with a steel frame, but was really made out of low quality wood. It's frankly shocking that companies are allowed to get away with this, but it adds credit to my theory that the average garden variety gaming chair is an overpriced piece of junk. On the topic of the S300, however, he shared two certifications, the DIN EN 1335 and the BIFMA, which essentially verify that Nitro Concepts chairs meet industry standards to be labelled ergonomic in Europe and the United States. Fancy language to show these chairs are actually comfortable to sit in then. So let's get on to the meat of the review, the chair itself. Firstly, the ease of assembly. As you've seen in the background, I was able to assemble the S300 with relative ease. It's certainly a weighty chair, coming in at around 25 kilograms in total, but the individual parts aren't too difficult to pick up and move around. There's handy instructions included in the box, but if you're a visual learner like me, they also have a very helpful tutorial on YouTube which runs you through the process. As they mention in their video tutorial, there are certain steps that are much easier with a helper, but they go as far as recommending the box that the chair comes in as a makeshift table, which was a nice touch. Overall, the assembly process took me about 30 minutes, but this could easily be halved if you have someone to help you. Definitely easier than some of the IKEA furniture I've assembled in my time. The S300 features all of the usual fittings of a gaming chair. It has two levers to control the height and reclining angle of the chair, 3D armrests that you can move up and down, back and forth, and rotate in and out. They can even be moved further apart if the default position is too close for you, but that's obviously not a problem for a skinny-ish guy like me. They also have the two classic cushions, one for your head and a lumbar support cushion for your lower back, which are attached through the back of the chair and can be removed. I found these were very useful as I was already using a loose cushion on my previous desk chair, whereas this could be easily adjusted up or down to suit my sitting position and angle. I experimented with a number of different combinations of one, both, or neither cushions in a variety of scenarios, and found there was no one-size-fits-all solution. If you're leaning back and have your feet up, the cushions feel great and you could easily watch a movie or play something on the big screen, but if I sat upright then the head cushion would push my neck into an awkward position. Your mileage may vary depending on your height, but it's nice that they can be adjusted and removed quite easily. The S300 is also a big hit with my cats, who have taken to sleeping on it when they're not in use, or in some cases, stealing it when I get up to stretch my legs. Be warned if you have animals though, the fabric material used on the S300 does attract hairs, so it quickly went from looking pristine to being peppered with cat hair. If you live with 3 cats like I do, you're used to most things being covered in hair though, so it doesn't faze me. And for long gaming / working / editing sessions, I'd much rather have this breathable mesh to the sweaty, clingy leather you find on most chairs. I've had the chair set up for a little over a week now, as I wanted to give a fair assessment of the day-to-day use and quality of the chair. After all, there's no point reviewing something you sit in once. That's not indicative of how the chair will perform over an 8-hour session, or whether you'll start to develop aches and pains after a week of use. Well, I'm glad to say the S300 has exceeded my expectations. It's a brilliant chair that suited all of my needs. Upright with the back cushion in place, it keeps me cool and comfortable while I work. But when it's time to kick my feet up and play some Smash Bros, it cradles and supports me effortlessly. After sitting in this for a week, returning to my old chair would be like torture. In fact, I'm pretty sure it already was torture before the S300. The Nitro Concepts page has all kinds of facts and figures for the S300, but they boil down to what I mentioned before. This chair is built with comfort and ergonomic support in mind, with easy adjustability and a sturdy steel frame. Now, onto the value, we reach the elephant in the room. Gaming chairs are not cheap, and the S300 will set you back £230 in the UK, or I found it for about $280 on newegg.com for you US customers. This is cheaper than some of the other brands out there. It's not uncommon for gaming chairs to reach the £300 or £400 mark. In fact, the one James reviewed on the channel before was in that range. To people that are happy spending £60 to £100 on a reasonable office chair and would never consider spending this amount of money, I completely understand you. I was you before trying the S300, but please take care of your back. An extra £100 on a chair is nothing compared to the thousands of dollars you might spend on healthcare, let alone the emotional pain of not being able to enjoy life to its fullest. And to be clear, I'm not saying you have to buy the S300, just please don't make the same mistakes I've made. Get a proper chair, spend the extra money. If you use your office chair or your gaming chair for more than 6 hours a day, investing in something that will protect and support your back is absolutely vital. If you're spending the extra money, the S300 is a great way to go. Cheaper than many of the well-known brands, but more economic, a winner on all fronts. I went with the stealth black option as I wanted it to look fairly professional despite the race car aesthetic that's synonymous with gaming chairs, but it's available in 7 colour schemes for those that want a flashier look. Overall, I'm struggling to think what more I could ask of the S300. It obviously doesn't provide the comfort of a massage chair or an easy recliner armchair, but nothing at this price point will. £230 is a lot to spend on a chair, but is also a lot less than some of the competitors, and is a paltry sum to pay to look after your health. Ultimately, it might not appeal to everyone, but hopefully I've at least given you some food for thought regarding your choice of furniture. Giving a number rating to a chair feels strange, so instead I'll give the Nitro Concepts S300 a strong recommendation. That concludes our latest review. Thanks for watching everyone. Remember to leave a like if you found this useful and leave a comment with your own stories. What chair do you have? Are you happy with it? Maybe you're like me and you used to think gaming chairs were a scam but found one that converted you. Let us know in the comments below and subscribe if you're new around here. We do regular reviews of Nintendo Switch games and the occasional accessory review just like this one. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, but until then, I'm Johnny from SwitchWatch. Hope you all have a lovely day.